Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Hoppers. Today checking out some classic German beer that I've wanted to do for so long. I don't know why it took me so long to order some, but we're going to be going through a boatload of Riegele beers. If you followed my channel for a while, you'll know that one of my all-time favorite Pilsners is Riegele's Herrenpils. It is world-class Pilsner and it's so hard to top. Now they have a web shop, and if you're in Denmark, you can order like either 19 or 18 bottle mix packs. I think the total was 18 bottles would fit in a box. And you could do a pick and mix and choose whatever bottles you want to try. They have their classic beers, and then they have their more modern beers, and then their exclusive beers. The classic ones being all these old school kind of beers, HELLES and stuff like that, Herrenpils. And the modern ones have names like, or numbers, Amaris 50 and Simcoe 3 or something. And I reviewed one of those beers like way back in the day, I think maybe a stout or something. And then they have a couple Mikali, I think it's called, which is that the Märzen in champagne kind of bottles. And then there's another one where they do barrel aging. But I decided to go for the classic stuff and check those out, because they have a huge portfolio. But it's so cool. A lot of these very well-renowned German brewers have web shops where you can order their beers and get them at insanely good prices, just like Schlenkerla, for example, as well. And also Schönrama, and that might be what's going to be up next, because I really want to drink some classic, awesome German stuff that's also fresh, straight from the source. So Riegele is from Augsburg, and today we're trying two beers. We're trying two HELLES lagers. One that has been called the German beer of the decade. But the ones we're trying are the Commerzienrat Privat from Riegele and the Feines Urhell. So two HELLES lagers, one is 4.7%, one is 5.2%. And what's interesting, there's a lot of description here on the back, especially on this one. This one is also lagered for 8 weeks. Impressive. The Urhell. It doesn't say how long this one is aged, but the Commerzienrat has been named the beer of the decade, or the German beer of the decade. It's a very famous beer from Riegele. It's won loads of medals, and I think more than their Pilsner. So this will be really interesting to try. It's supposedly spicy and mild, and they have a very special dehusking process of the malt. So there's like next to no husk flavor or bitterness in the final product. That's why you get such an extraordinarily mild and balanced HELLES. And I think Commerzienrat, I can't remember his full name, but he's one of the founders of Riegele, I think. And then on the back here it says, Schön Leben hier. Schönes Leben hier, I love that. And the Urhell is, as I said, aged for a longer time. It's one they've made for generations, and it's a little bit more hoppy and bitter than this one. So I think actually, even though this is lower ABV, we're going to do this one first because it's the milder in terms of bitterness. Because bitterness, I think, often will overshine ABV. Everyone always tastes according to ABV, but not in this case for me. But yeah, these poured out gorgeous, 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 clear, golden yellow beers. Look at that. Wow. Soft, kind of, you know, Bavarian or Franconian carbonated. HELLES, it looks like. There's definitely some bubbles rising, but it's not like streaming. But yeah, it's just so pure and bright, and this just looks amazing. White head that really leaves insane lacing on the sides of the glass. Let's try and switch some, get the bottle over here and check out the aroma on the Commerzienrat Privat by Riegele. Oh, that smells really nice. That smells so good. It is so crazy clean. Like, this is, you can really smell that they are definitely a brewery that's been doing lagers for hundreds of years. And this is also a really fresh bottle. I actually think the oldest of all the bottles was the Pilsner, unfortunately. But man, it smells good. It's like, it's really mild and soft and delicate and balanced. There's like no aroma that's outshining each other. It has like this fresh, vibrant Pilsner malt, and also almost like a little bit like light colored Munich malt. Because there is a little bit of that like heft you'd get from a Munich malt. It's not just all light and dainty. There is some malty robustness and whatnot. And the amazing thing is it's so pale, but it smells so robustly malty for a 5.2% beer. All balanced by a really soft and delicate, grassy and slightly spicy hop character. But man, it is like diving into a fresh bag of malts. Like when you get malts delivered to your brewery, if you get some really fresh stuff, that's it. Just the purest, freshest grain aroma. That is crazy. Like often it's like, there is some breadiness and whatnot, but what really stands out is like insanely fresh grain. My saliva is gushing. Oh man, let's drink this HELLES. Cheers. Holy. Wow. I wish I could brew a HELLES like this. Wow, that is dope. This might be one of the best HELLES lagers I've ever had. The balance between like robust maltiness and hops is so well done. Like HELLES can be hoppy, but like this has got that perfect balance between very big forward malt character and hop character, like being there without being crazy bitter or anything. Like it doesn't feel like a Pilsner. Also because it's so much more, it has such a higher accentuation or like accentuation on the malt profile. Like it really, the beer is focused on like being really malt driven, yet being crazily balanced with the hops. This really tastes like something that they've been spending years on perfecting. It's so good. It's so good. It's so fresh and vibrant. There's just like, it has like a really fresh, vibrant lager yeast character as well. Like it's got almost like soft lager esters or something. There's a little bit of a soft fruitiness, which could be like pear or apple or like bright stewed fruit or something, like super lightly. And then it's just also so clean. You could also see, you know, it looks really clean, but like it's just clean, but also really vibrant. Like if you drink this and have a macro type lager, how can you even, like, the difference is so massive, like compared to whatever macro brand beer. Like it's crazy. And I think a lot of it is drinking it very fresh, but also just like, you know, drinking a lot of lagers to get into it and understanding it, because this is as good as like a hyped American HELLES. For sure. Like if you talk about like the freaking Hill Farmstead HELLES and Suarez and all these brewers, like this is probably better, really. It's really one of the, I really love how their Pilsner is one of the very best Pilsners I've ever had, and then their Commerzienrat is one of the very best HELLES lagers I've ever had. It ticks all the boxes for the style. Like, I understand why it's won so many gold medals. Slight sweet honey malt characteristic to it. That fresh bag of grain, really doughy breadiness on this one. More doughy and bready than crackery, I think, because it has some of that like robustness to it. And then it's like just a slight grassy, spicy kind of hop flavor, but it fades really quickly. Like the balance is so good. Wow. Just get an 18 mix pack of this and the Pilsner and you would be all set for the summer. It's also like, it's fluffy in the mouth, yet crisp and dry. Like it's such a crazy craftsmanship to nail a body like that too. Like it feels fluffy when you get it in the mouth and pillowy, but at the same time its finish is crisp and dry. Like technique. It's like fine-tuning to the utmost crazy degree. Let's jump over to the Feines Urhell. So a little bit more bitter, and yeah, it's aged really cold as well, or lagered really cold, 4.7%. So in terms of color, I think it's pretty much the same. Maybe, yeah, it's the same. I don't see much of a difference. Could be that they are, no, well, they're not similar recipes because they had totally different original gravities. This was 12 some Plato, and I think this was 10.9 or something like that. Or yeah, original gravities. But yeah, that straw, super pale yellow white head, really fluffy white head also when I poured it out. Let's check out the Feines Urhell. Yeah, definitely more citric, more grassy. It's definitely a more hop-focused Helles, and it doesn't scream the same amount in terms of like fresh maltiness. Yeah, fresh, chewy, bright malt, if you can almost say, like, because it's just so vibrant and fresh in that one. It's a bit less distinct actually. But there's also more in this glass. So maybe we should just try and drink some and see what we think. Cheers. Yeah, more snappy, more bitter. Ooh, very aromatic on the hop department on this one. This is like a well-hopped Helles compared to that one. That one strikes a perfect balance. This one is like for the hop heads that love Helles lagers for sure. It's a bit more grassy and it's a bit more floral. It almost tastes like there's mittelfrüh or something in here because it has that like bright floral, citrusy kind of nuance you get from a hop like that. But it's really nice too. Soft, doughy breadiness on this one too, but it's just like, it doesn't feel as layered and complex. And I think that's because the hops are more on the front on this one. It's also spicy and bitter, but it's also really, really, really good. Like really awesome Helles. I think Brauhaus Riegele is slowly becoming one of my favorite newer or old school breweries. I can't believe I haven't checked them out like until now. It's a mistake on my part. This is also damn good. It also feels more dry, more spritzy, more bitter than this one. It doesn't have the same soft feel. I also think it's lightly higher carbonated, slightly higher bitterness. There's some black pepper, spicy bitterness on the back. Almost like a little bit of woodsy kind of notes going on. And there is some of the like kind of doughy malts, but it's just not the level of the layer complexity and balance as this one. So much more full in the mouth, and like so much more going on in terms of like almost like a bright lager yeast character, hops and malt and like water profile. Like it's like everything just harmonizing into one. Whereas this one it almost feels, yeah, a head is for hopheads really, and I'm a hophead, but I must say like that in terms of balance and everything is crazy. But man, I think this is the first time we're ever going to give a Helles a 95. This is a world-class fucking Helles. This is, I understand why people love this. And it's probably got like a 3.25 on Untapped because people are idiots. Oh, it's so damn good. There must be a Munich Light or something in there because it just feels so robust on the malt character. I mean, maybe this is just Pilsner malt, but just because it's so robust. And this is like a 92, 93. It's a more hop-forward Helles, but it's so damn good. I can't wait to dig into the rest of the Riegele beers. Get out there and get some Riegele. If they import to your country or whatever, try and see if you can get some. Biggest recommendations, the Commerzienrat for Helles, and then for Pilsner, of course, the Handbitters, which is phenomenal. Amazing stuff. If you guys are into lagers, this is a must. So if you guys had a chance to try either Commerzienrat Privat by Riegele or their Feines Urhell, let me know what you thought of them. This was a long ranting video, sorry for that. But these got me fired up. But yeah, if you guys had a chance to try either, let me know. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers in world-class lager beer. And see you guys in another beer review.